Today Saturday, the 17th day of September 2016, and I'm here with you at the Argyle airport site just after 1 in the afternoon. I chose to come around this time because we had rain overnight and I was just allowing the soil to get a little bit drier before I come. Now I'm at the back here, the road heading down to the Stubbs Bay, and as you can see in the back there, we have where they're building up with the stone. Now last week when I visited, I got some information. They were doing some work on this bank side, and according to the information I received, they were cutting the bank, terracing the bank, and apparently they were going to divert the road. No work is going on here at the moment, and I am not quite sure if that information I got last week was correct, because nothing is happening here, and this is not really as important right now than as the other works. But if in fact the road is going to go here, then you will be informed as I make my trip here week after week. But so far, for the time being, there isn't anything happening here. And all of these soil you're looking at, these were soil dumped here, taken from other areas on the site. So they're just loose soil, not hard soil that you can, when you cut away, you can have the solid rocks here. It's just the bank area was built up to look as it is right now. So I am not sure if this will be, how it will be stabilized when they finish doing the work here, because it's going to create a problem when it rains. Now that they have interfered with the soil, it's going to loosen it up a bit, and when it rains, the water is going to wash more of it down on the bottom. So we'll just monitor this situation and see what takes place after as we progress. In last week's video, I told you, from what I have gathered, they're going to shift the road coming along somewhere below where it is. Now this is the area they would have cleared, as you can see, a lot of folk. And as I told you, the dirt is very soft, so the rain that came over the past days start breaking down the bank over there, as we are looking at right now. I've always told you, wherever you're seeing stakes being placed is an indication that they're going to do some sort of work there. Now this is one of the stakes you're looking at. There's another one inside of the perimeter of the fencing, just over there close to the top side fencing there. And last week when I came here, before they cut all of this bank, we had one somewhere in the area there. So from what is taking place here, it could very well be that the information I get is correct. But this soil here is very, very soft, so I don't know how they're going to deal with it to keep it firm so that they can put a road here. But this is what the situation is like here, and hopefully this road will be cutting into a part of the fencing there. So probably they might have to move it back a little bit. I don't know as yet. But from what you're seeing with the stake inside, that is just a sign that what I have been told could be very well be the fact. And there you can see the stake lying there on the ground, a stake in the ground there, and back over in the grass. I will take you across there, but back over in the grass we have more stakes going straight across in line with this one that we have here. This is the effect of all the rain that we had over the past days. Now, I'm not showing this to pull along the work, but I'm just showing it where we're going to have corrective measures taking place. The road is here currently, and like I have told you, it probably might be moving a little bit to my left. We'll wait and see the development in that. But the weight of the trucks coming here, with this water settling up here, the water tends to soften the soil below the road, and with the weight of the heavy trucks taking stones and other stuff down at the back, cause this road here to be softened. Now they have put a drain here, and this is just a surface drain, what you call a slipper drain, so the water will just run off on the surface and run down here. But because this area behind me is slope, And I am not an engineer, but I'm trying to visualize. What if they had put a box drain? They cut down into the earth and build it up with some blocks or concrete and put some of those grill over it and exiting the drain across it, and the water at the top they're flowing down underground rather than on top the surface of the drain. This concrete slab here, they just cut out the asphalt and lay this down here without even putting some reinforced steel or BRC wire underneath to help to keep the concrete steady. So the weight of the trucks on this concrete has caused it to crack, and this is the situation we have here. So very much so we might eventually see a new piece of road, and I just want to believe that this road was just a temporary fix so that we can have vehicle going across. But with the road here, any road you're supposed to have the proper drainage to take water. The water comes off of this bank area up here, as you can see where they put those concrete slabs, or what you call them. I call them tiles for a want of a better explanation. And the water then flows down here, and this is the result what we are having here right now after all the rain. And right here the water set up, which tells us we want to have a drain, and the road is sloping towards the fence, as you can see. So proper drain should have gone here, and I hope that if this is where we're going to have the new roadway, that they're going to think about a proper drain and put it in while or before they actually start the work on the road. So here we are in the bushes area, and the fencing for the approach light is behind me, and here is another stake on the outside. And if I go further up towards the eastern side, I bet you I can find another stake up there. So I'm going to go a little bit further up, and I'm going to show you where we have another stake, and which makes me convinced that there is going to be some corrective work done across this area where we have the southbound access road that will be taking you from the Stubbs Main Road to Warraco and back. There you see another one. So this is the second one outside of the fencing, and if we go closer, more another area up there a little distance away, we sure gonna see another one right there. And I'm seeing it from here where I'm at. I'm seeing two of them, one just in front of us here. As we draw closer, you're gonna see it, so you could tell that what I'm telling you here seems to have some sort of truth in it, because they won't just put down stakes here unless they are going to do some sort of work. And I don't think they're going to fence the area. I don't know, but from the looks of things, I am convinced that they're going to draw the road a little bit closer out. And here is another one, and right ahead of me over there, there is also another one, just where you have those stones. You can see another one right there. From the looks of this, I won't be surprised, if they take the road on top of the hill up there and carry it around rather than where they have it here. But this is just my thinking. I don't have to be correct, but I just want to give you an idea as to what is taking place so that you will have a better understanding regarding the progress of the work here at the Argyle airport site. We are here at the Maconium Hill where they are building this drain. The guys are waiting for the concrete to start doing some of the work here regarding the siding of this drain. The truck is on its way on the eastern side, coming down somewhere across by the stone crushing plant by now. So not too long from now you're going to see action here regarding the concrete in these spaces. They're doing them every other one, and then fill up the space in between later on by using both those on both sides as a level to do the one that has not been done. So this is the progress of the work, and while they wait to do this, the guys are down there laying down more of the 2x2 wood in the center here to form the frame for this siding of the drainage here. So the truck has now arrived at its destination, and the workmen are gathering up to that point where they're going to start doing the concrete pour just in front of us right here. So here we are seeing the covering of these PVC conduit that are running from up at the control tower area down here and connecting to the electrical substation. Now what I am seeing here, where after the truck finish pouring the concrete, you see the way they do the bank side there. I think if they do all of this area something similar to that, it will help to save some of the erosion. All what we have in this soil that is being washed down this here will be stopped. So I don't know if they have enough concrete to do all of that, but it is looking good there, you know, because with the concrete on top of the water will just run off, and then it just the water that will be running down here the bank side, and not really any dirt or such. But the place is very quiet. I'm hardly seeing any activity. The first thing we saw down there where they're doing the drain, and just in the back here where they're doing the wall, I am seeing some activity around here. So I'm heading across to that road area where they're doing the retaining wall next to the road. I'm going to head across up there and try to see what has happened there over the past week. Well, you see the concrete wall building up here. Quite a lot of it has been done, and I can tell you, if the guys had the material from the very beginning, this wall would have been completed. But here they are to the Saturday, and the weather is kind of threatening. We have some dark clouds above. We just saw some thunder rolling. But what they're actually doing here now, they're putting up these boxing, skipping out a space here and putting up these boxing down here, so that by next week they can start having another section of this wall up. Not too much left to be done, because as they move further out it gets slower. Something similar to what we have on the side over there by the cargo building. That is the position it's going to go, so it's going to get lesser. The work is going to get smaller there. Meanwhile, at the top we have more of this similar work taking place. The guys up there putting up the boxing as well. So I'm going up there to get a little peep as to what is happening, and I will have to try and get myself out of this area before the rain starts. But this is the progress of the work taking place here today, Saturday, the 17th day of September 2016. Quite a considerable amount of work on this retaining wall has been done since they have started, and the guys are really pulling themselves together. They are working very hard to ensure that this first section of the wall, because the wall is going up to the height of where we have the steel, but they are doing the base first, so that when it rains, the soil, the muck and thing that settles at the bottom wouldn't interfere with the work. Because if this is not being done, when it rains and the soil washed down, they will have to clear the soil again before they start doing any work. So they're trying to mitigate that by putting down the lower part of the wall, and then afterwards they can work with the top without any problem. No work is taking place here today, but as you can see, they start putting up the section for with the nuts and the bolts for the steel frames. You see they start putting them up there. So But this section of the work is quiet today. The workmen are not here. I don't know what is the reason why. Normally they will be here on Saturdays, but today is quite quiet here at this section of the work. But we can see that a lot of work has been done here since the start this section, and no doubt where we're looking at here going to be the offices and apparently washrooms and so forth going to go in this area, similar to the other side. What I have learned is that street engineering is the contractor doing this work. That is what I've been told. Not so sure about it, but this is what is taking place here. The second and third of 4 hangars, the first one being done by Mustic Airways, and this one not too sure which company it is, and I'm hearing Argyle Aviation. I'm not sure if that is the company that is responsible, but this is actually 2 hangars in one, and then we have a 4th one beyond this area where we have these 2 hangars. So this is the work on the wall, the one above, the other roadway going all the way out. So we're gonna have a road here, a road on my left just above the hangars, and another road on the left of this wall. And it seems to me that the road on the left of this wall will be the road that will take the Rubis truck down to the airport side. I am only assuming that this road that is on my left is closer to the Rubis fuel farm, so it could very well be that when the Rubis truck is going to take fuel down on the apron to the aircraft, it's going to use that road and probably go down at the back of where we have the security boat going to be, just in the area of the electrical substation and the cargo building. And then this road will probably be used for cargo vehicles taking cargo to and from the cargo section. All the rain that we had, we have water running down in this area. I don't know where the water is actually coming from, but you can actually see the water running down on this roadway here. Looks like it have a spring somewhere up there, I don't know. I told I don't know where the water is coming from. It could very well be that we have a post by pipeline down here, because we're seeing bubbles coming up from here and a constant flow of water. So I guess that the Central Water and Sewage Authority will have to come and check to see if it's one of their main pipe burst and it's leaking down here before we have any problem similar to that which we had at the roadway that was sunk sometime last year. We are here at the area where they're building that section for the Met station, and you can see the dark clouds, the thunder rolling. The rain already started out there in Baliso, and you can see it coming in from the east. And I'm on top of the hill here at the where we have the control tower. So it looks as though they have gotten to the level they're going to now. And next thing you're going to see is the filling up of this area and the fencing of it. There's still a connecting wall that should be going across here to link to the other side. So I guess by the next time I visit I might see fencing going up. But this is what is taking place here. So I'm leaving here right now and heading back down to get away from the rain. This road has been done already, but the drainage is not completed. Now, it doesn't make sense you put in the road and you don't do the drain. What is actually happening when it rains, the water comes from all the way up at the control tower, runs down on this side of the road. But because it doesn't have an outlet, right where you see those PVC pipe extending, there is where the water settles. Now what could happen is that that area will become softened right across by the roadway there, and as the weight of vehicles travel on top of this roadway can very well cave in. I am not an engineer, but the man with practical experience. Once the water does not have anywhere to run off, it will keep settling, soaking underneath there. And this area where the road is, they actually just pack dirt and then put on the base stones and the asphalt. So it could very well easily soften quickly. All the way out there you see where the water is settling about the road. I guess when they did this road, they should have worked out the way how the drain is going to work so that the water can run off at the same time. But who am I? I am just an ordinary person looking on at what is going on. But things can be prevented if only we think about the danger that can create before the danger is created, and we can actually prevent it from happening. But we sometimes wait until the things happen to correct it, when we see beforehand what can happen if we allow it to continue. All here is where the water settles, and this water, when it rains, it has nowhere to flow off, and this is what could happen. It could soften the soil under the roadway here and cause the road to actually sink. Now the rain is coming in and I have to hustle from up here before I get soaked. So I'm here at the Argyle airport and it's raining. I told you earlier that it's going to rain. Luckily for me, I find somewhere where I can shelter from the rain and be safe. I'm going to try to figure out where I'm at sheltering, but that is up to you. I'm not going to tell you where I'm at. But I'm just showing you what is happening. You see we have the water running down here as it's rain, and this is the problem we have every time it rains here. Even though when they do earthworks and it starts raining, the water from the rain will start washing the soil away and creating more problem for them to again. There has to be some work in this area here, right? And that will be done later on as the work progresses there at the airport. Right at that bank area there, we had some weak dirt. We actually saw the crack at the base, at the top. And just a while ago, I've seen the whole section of that bank there caving, falling behind the wall. This is to show you, if they did not put up the bottom piece already, the problem that they would have had to clear away all that dirt in order to start the wall again. So it is a common sense thing to do, to put down the bottom piece first and then do the top after. But with all this rain here at the Argyle airport site, and this is the drain just on the land side of the cargo terminal building. I'm actually sheltering the rain here at the section of the cargo terminal building facing the bankside where we have the Rubis farm on the hillside. And now you can see this drain in front me, all the water that is coming off the roof is also flowing through in these drains through those PVC pipes, and also the water from off the land flowing down here. The water that is coming down off the hillside up there, everything is flowing down. So this is the problem that they encounter after they do all this nice earthwork at the back here. When it rains, the rain water washes away the soil. The thunder is rolling, the lightning is flashing, and I'm stuck here at the Argyle airport site. The rain started coming out about 25 minutes to 3, and it is now 3 o'clock. So 25 minutes ago started to rain here at the Argyle airport site, and I am not sure when it's going to stop. This is what we have at the front here, with all this water coming off the bankside. The rain is still drizzling. It's now 10 minutes to 4, and I'm here at the area where we have the security booth. And if you notice those fencing that they had there, they have raised them another height. They add on another pole at the top, so this means that they're going up higher with the fencing. And if you remember up at the northern side where they put the blocks wall, maybe they should have done a similar thing there, put the blocks wall and then put the fencing pole at the top. But this is how they do it down here, and now you can see the rain is not coming heavily. It has stopped. This is the security booth here, and the roof of the security booth is going to be concreted. I am seeing steel extending at the top. I'm not too sure if it's going another floor up. We have a washroom, a toilet facility, a washroom, and open space here for the security personnel. 2 doors, one on this side, on the eastern side, and one on the western side here at the site. And already we see they start putting up the boxing for the flooring at the top. So very soon we're going to have this booth completed, and this is one of 2 booths. Another one going to be done at the south side where we have the cargo apron and the electrical substation. Rain has stopped. Rain has stopped the work here today, so it's closed off time. Everybody is going home, and I am just trying to hustle to get back up to the north where they're building that shed, that area for the vehicles, the ground handling vehicles, that garage area. I'm going to just see if I can get up there and see how much I can capture with the progress of the work, and maybe if I can make it over at the petroglyph area where they do the fencing work to see what's going on there, and then I'm going to head on my way out. The thunder is still rolling, the sky is dark, and we have more rain about to come this afternoon, but let me see how much I can capture before I leave. Just a quick look at the work here at where they're building the area for the ground handling equipment. I guess some will be parking space, about 4 parking area, and we have what seems to be a storage area, probably an office area, I'm not too sure. There's the section down there where they already done the concrete base for the flooring, and they put up the column there. We have place for electrical wiring and so forth, and here we have this section which looks to me as if it's going to be parking area. I don't know yet, but this is it. This rain is still drizzling, and I'm going to hustle across to the area where we have the petroglyph to see if any development has taken place there over the past week. So we are here at the petroglyph hill where they're still digging the trench area to put down the fencing. I'm not sure how they're going to do this. Look like they're going to put in a drainage system here as well, and I am right close to the edge of where they have this fencing work here, and looking back at the length of the petroglyph hill where they would have dug into the bank a bit and to do the fencing work. We know that the rain is coming, and inside here where they did some concrete works, here is supposed to where they're gonna have the garage area where when the vehicles want fixing, they come here to fix. And I am going to make my way out because it is raining, drizzling. The rain has eased off, but it is still drizzling, and the clouds out at the sea on the eastern side is very dark, and no doubt we're gonna have some more rain later. So here we have, this is the 191 area. A little bit of rain came, and about for an hour or so, and we have the water here is muddy flowing through this 191 tunnel. So
what a bright and glorious day, brothers and sisters, yes, it's a bright and glorious day, mothers and fathers, when the first jet touched down on the Argyle runway, it's a joy to see.
See, after the rain, you see, this is what we have out here, and this water is running all the way down just to the bank, just under where we have the control tower, and running off into the drain that we have there. Now, more than likely, there should be some sort of slipper drain here to help to channel the water properly. We can't stop water from running, and the water, if it is not controlled properly, will make its own way. And all of this you're seeing here is coming from the runway area, running down into this side and making its way down to the drain where we have just under the control tower where we have that drain. All of this water is running to there. So I'm heading on my way out and heading back down to the south, where I'm going to make my exit through one of those spaces where they have between the fencing that they have not blocked us yet, and onto my way home. Rain is still drizzling, thunder is still rolling, and the place is very dark. Dark clouds overhead, and no doubt we might have more rains later. So you see why we'll need another drain in this area to take the water off. And like I have told you, where you see those cuttings there in the wall is where they're gonna opening for water to flow through. So more than likely they're gonna put some concrete works drainage here to bring this water to flow it back into that area down there and take it back into the drain down that flows under the first kilometer of the runway. This water is coming back from where you have the drain coming in from the south and exiting just between the fencing and going down on the other end of the breadfruit gutter there. Well, from that side coming back to the north, this is the water that is coming from that section. So more than likely they may just have to put a surface drain, a slipper drain, or what you want to call it, running towards the north, towards this end, to take this water off, channel it properly. Because if the water keeps running at the side of the wall here where we have the fencing poles, it's going to erode the the wall and then make a space under the wall and causing a problem. So we are at the point of the drain where it stops and turns into that area to go down into the breadfruit gutter. And now you can see the water is flowing nicely coming along here in this drain, taking all the water down. So from behind me, they may have to put another drain to take the rest of the water that is running down on the side, down heading towards the north side, exiting into the breadfruit gutter area. I'm going to have to walk on the side here of this wall in order to get away from some of the muck. So I'm over on the western side where it's a nice piece of wall, and you see how they do it. This is exactly how I was looking at it when I say. So now the water that will be coming down from the bank side on the outside of the fencing will then flow on the outside and not flow down into this area. And I hope that this is the way they're going to do all around the site, close to the fencing, similar to this. Not necessarily a deep drain like this, but something close to this, so that we can have the water that is running down run not onto inside the perimeter, but run on the outside and along the outside and enter into the river up on the south or wherever. So this is it. You see nice flow of the water coming down here, so you know that the grading of the water is going towards the north, south to the north. Outside here we still have water flowing down, but this water going to flow out nevertheless. Even though it pile up, it's going to flow through the grill there of the fencing. So it's no set of problem here. But what creates the problem is that when the water flows from over this side and erodes the dirt under the poles, then it creates a problem later on. Along my way up, I show you that they were now starting to do this piece of concrete, but not too long after it started to rain, and this section that is close to the water, you see that the water has already washed it away, and it wasn't dry enough before the rain came. So this is the problem you have now. So more than likely, and not more than likely, they will have to fix it back up when they come back here to do more work. And if you notice this space between here, they would have done it because they fill up this space, but the rain now come and wash it away. The water that flow underneath, they wash it away. So all of this will have to do over. So this is what the problem we have sometimes here. Although they start the work, they do the work, the rain come not too long after, and the water wash away the work, and they have to do it all over again. They don't really can't plan for this sort of thing. If they know the rain was going to come this afternoon, then they would not have started the work. But it was looking sunny and bright, yes, and we didn't expect that this was going to happen. But the weather changed all of a sudden, and this is what we have here. The water is still flowing through the drain, yes, and because the bottom there has already been concreted, and so you're seeing here the flow of the water nicely flowing. So as soon as these were completed, things are going to shape up nicely here. So let us just hope that the weather holds for tomorrow and the weeks coming, so that they can get this work finished.
What a bright and glorious day, brothers and sisters. For the meat to take over, we need more than bread and water, yes. Give us strength, oh Jaja, for us to read the next chapter. Oh, what a bright and glorious day. Hey, hey. What a bright and glorious day. Oh yeah. What a bright and glorious day. Yeah, yeah.